Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Crowd Chatter Podcast. And for this one, we have Week 2 picks for the NFL. Week 1 was a very weird week. just Let's just put it that way. When I get to the teams I need to talk about, I'll talk about that. But we're gonna be talking about it already right off the bat because we got the Minnesota Vikings who somehow lost at home to the Tampa Bay Bucks. I mean, I knew they were frauds, but I mean, yikes! Tampa at home. I mean, that's a whole nother level of fraud. And they'll be going on the road Thursday night, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. First Amazon Prime Thursday night game of the season, and it's gonna be ugly. If they're gonna lose at home to the Tampa Bay Bucks, I can't imagine what the Philly Eagles are going to do to them. Give me the Eagles in the absolute butt whooping in this one. It was a butt whooping last year on Monday night. And another primetime game, it's going to be another butt whooping. We all know Kirk Cousins does not do well in primetime. Eagles is also the pick for Serbenski. As for Sam, I have to find his picks again. Sam also has the Eagles winning at home, taking down uh, the Minnesota Vikings, and then I'll do what I did for the other video. So I'll just continue on with Sam. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers going on the road to take on the Atlanta Falcons, who somehow absolutely had a just gave the Bears an absolute butt whooping on national television. I think it was, yeah, it should have been on national television on Fox. Um, and now they'll be getting the Atlanta Falcons on the road, who did end up beating the Panthers pretty good. The pick for Sam is Green Bay. He has Green Bay going into Atlanta, getting the win on the road. The pick for Swerbensky, because I'm just gonna go in line, is also Green Bay. He has the pack beaten the ATL Falcons. This is what I'm going to say for this game. Atlanta's going to get a big lead and is going to find a way to blow it. So give me Green Bay. Atlanta's somehow going to find a way to get a nice lead, be confident about the fact that they're possibly going to win and beat the Green Bay Packers, and then they're going to find a way to blow the lead and then end up losing in typical Atlanta fashion. I mean, it's tradition at this point that Atlanta does this, and it would be at this point disappointing if they didn't do it. So I got Green Bay in a win though. I think the Packers, I don't think they're legitimate still, but I think they at least will get the win in Atlanta. And then next we have Vegas going on the road to take on the Buffalo Bills, who had lost in a thriller against the New York Jets for a lot of reasons. It was not a pretty game from Josh Allen, as I think he turned it over 4 times in that game. 3 picks and I believe a fumble, or was it 5? He turned it over a lot. Let's put it that way. The Raiders got the win the first week against the Broncos, which was also very weird. As I figured the Broncos would at least get the win, and Sean Payton would turn things around by then, and Vegas is also a mess. But they end up getting the win anyway. And well, they're not getting the win in Buffalo. Let's say that. Give me the Bills big in this one. And then the pick for this is going to be for Serbenski. His pick for this one is also Bills Mafia. He's got the Bills after a disappointing week one going in, going or coming back home and getting the win against Vegas. And then Sam also has the Bills getting the win at home against the Raiders. The next one, we have the Baltimore Ravens going on the road to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, who very surprisingly did not look very good against the Cleveland Browns. Sure, it was a little bit wet. Sure, it was a little rainy in Cleveland. Still, 24-3 is a very bad output. Obviously, no reason to panic already about Cincinnati. It's not like they're really falling off the face of the earth or anything like that. I think it was just honestly a bad week. Joe Burrow's had a lot of bad weeks to start off the year. Plus, he missed all training camp. And the Ravens, of course, already lost again J.K. Dobbins for the rest of the year. They've also lost several other players already to injury. The injury bug already hitting the Ravens pretty hard once again. So, with the Ravens already dealing with several injury problems, I have the Bengals getting the win at home. They rebound after a sluggish, or I'm sorry, that was Sam's pick. He did have the Bengals, and well, we all have the Bengals. I think that's pretty safe to say. But I have the Bengals rebounding after a disappointing week one as they get the win back at home at, I forget the name of their stadium. Next, we have the Detroit Lions. We have the Seattle Seahawks coming off a really underwhelming performance at home against the Rams. At home, getting embarrassed, really. Going on the road to take on the Detroit Lions after a huge win on the opening kickoff game Thursday night. Heading to Arrowhead, getting the win, and taking down the Super Bowl defending champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, Seattle, I think, is a good team, but the Lions are flying high. Give me the Lions in an absolute blowout in their home opener, and which will give the Lions an absolute enormous confidence boost. Because I think Seattle is a good team. They will be. I am very confident that Seattle will be competing for the playoffs at the end of the year. You know, for a wild card spot, I think Seattle is very much going to be in the mix. But this Lions team, they showed to really everyone against the KC Chiefs. Sure, they didn't have Chris Jones or Travis Kelce, but they showed to everybody that they can play defense. They showed that their defense actually can play. They showed that they are very good on the defensive end. Sure, their offense is a little sluggish, but they showed on defense they are actually improved. They are actually better. So in their home opener against Seattle, I got the Lions. Look, they're flying high. They're riding some big time. They're riding some big time. I guess confident. I'm trying to come up with something. I can't think of it. But they're riding high after that KC win. I think I can safely say who everyone else is picking. And yeah, it's all Lions. I mean, we're all Lions fans. Yeah, I'm a partial Seattle fan, but we're all Lions fans here. So you can't be surprised by a full Detroit Lions sweep. And so next we have the LA Chargers going on the road to take on the Tennessee Titans. The pick for Sam is going to be the LA Chargers as they go on the road here. He has them getting the win. And then for Swerbensky, he also has the Chargers winning on the road. And that's going to be the same pick for me. The Tennessee Titans aren't a terrible team, but the LA Chargers are good. And I know they ended up losing against the Miami Dolphins at home. From what I heard, it was the Chargers just doing what the Chargers do, which is charging the game. It's kind of like the Falcons. It's become tradition for the Chargers to do that at least once or twice, or maybe even three times during the year. Tennessee Titans are not a bad team, but the LA Chargers are better, and I have the LA Chargers getting a win on the road. Next, we have the Chicago Bears going on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks just got the win on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears, of course, did not look good at home against the Packers. Green Bay absolutely embarrassed Chicago again, to much to the chagrin of probably every single Bears fan everywhere. And then you got the Tampa Bay Bucks, who are coming off the nice win at home against Minnesota. I really, this is a tough one because I'm not really sure how good Tampa is, but after that embarrassment at home, I'm not really that impressed about the Bears. Uh, Give me the Bucks. They're at home, and Chicago. I thought they would be better, but Week 1 did not impress me, and Tampa looked a bit better than probably most expected going into, you know, and going into Minnesota and getting a nice win. So yeah, give me Tampa. And that's the same pick for same pick for Serbenski. I really honestly did not expect that. I thought that'd be the only Tampa pick here. And then the pick for Sam. Oh, wow, he has Bucks too. Okay, I really don't like this. I want to pick the Bears now. I don't like a clean sweep for Tampa Bay. One of us should have taken the Bears. Oh well, I'm not switching now. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going on the road to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sam has the KC Chiefs winning in Jacksonville. Um, I'm sure that's likely what the Strubensky has. It is. He has the Chiefs going on the road and also beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll tell you what, if Travis Kelsey, Chris Jones is already back for this game. If Travis Kelsey is back, this is an automatic win, I think, for Kansas City. If they have Travis Kelsey, I mean, it's a game changer. I mean, that's obviously the heart and soul of the Kansas City offense. So if they have by far their best weapon of their team back, along with their best defensive player and probably one of the best defensive players in the league, yeah, it's a game changer, and it will completely flip the script for Kansas City. Uh, with that in mind, even if they don't have Travis Kelsey, I think it's a 50-50. But I'll take the Jags. Or, I'm sorry, the Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs. I think after a week 1 of which left a little to be desired, maybe they'll rebound here and they get the win. Their first of the year, they get the win on the road against the Jags. And then we have the Indy Colts going on the road to take on the Houston Texans. Yeah, this isn't really all that intriguing. I'm not impressed by really either of these teams. I mean, they made it close against the Ravens and the Jags, but I think everybody knows these two are bad. And they're probably going to be bad for a while. With the Colts also looking like a dumpster fire at the moment and probably not slowing down uh, anytime soon. So I got I got uh, I got Colts winning this one in Houston. That is going to be the same pick for Strubensky. He's got the Colts winning in Houston, getting a nice win on the road. And the same thing is the case for Sam, who, by the way, last week, if you're wondering, overall standings, I always record it like on the top. As you'll probably, I'm sure some of you guys maybe have noticed it, but at the top here, I have the name, and then next to it, I always put the record. So yeah, Sam was 13-3 last week. Um, yeah, me and Serbensky weren't nearly as good, but Sam was 13-3. Yeah, I'm very impressive. Very impressive. That's all I got to say. And then next here we have the San Fran Niners going on the road to take on the LA Rams, who had a bit of a surprise going into Seattle and uh, putting the hurt on Seattle pretty much. But they will not be putting the hurt on the 49ers. I can guarantee you that one. Niners are going to have a lot of fun in this one. It is in LA, but LA fans are kind of like Miami, Florida fans. They just really don't care. And even after they won a Super Bowl, I still don't see anybody who's ever there. Sam does have the 49ers. That's also the pick for Serbenski, and that is, of course, going to be the pick for me. But LA fans, I mean, they won a Super Bowl, and and it's still nobody shows up. And even though the year of which they were going for a Super Bowl in that one game, I think they could have gotten the 1 seed or something. And there was more Niners fans than there were Rams fans. It's that just shows how little the fans, the city and the fans really even care. I mean, it's bad. But yeah, we all have Niners. And then next we have the New York Giants coming off an absolute embarrassment at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Their arch rivals, going on the road to take on the Arizona Cardinals. This is the perfect game for the New York Giants to regroup and figure out what the heck went wrong last week. Once again, kind of like the Bengals, it was a little bit wet, but 40 to nothing. Yeah, no. Wet is not going to explain 40 to nothing. I'm sorry. Really was shocked by that. I thought for sure that would be a fantastic game. It would be fun. But I did have Dallas. I did have the Cowboys winning that one. But I thought for sure it'd be a just phenomenal game, and instead it does end up being utterly awful. So I have Giants though getting the win against the Arizona Cardinals. I don't care if it's in Arizona. They should win. Obviously, Serbenski, I'm not sure he's ever going. He said this last week, but I'm not sure he's ever picking Arizona. Uh, and then Sam also has the Giants getting the win on the road against Arizona. And then next we have the other New York team, the New York Jets, going on the road to take on the Dallas Cowboys, but they will not. They'll be taking on the Cowboys without probably one of their best players. And in case you haven't been paying attention either last night or today, well, it'll be Wednesday by the time this comes out, but you haven't been paying attention to really all the NFL or sporting world since Monday afternoon, say, or really ever since that Monday night game started. Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles after just 4 plays. He's out for the year. So the Jets are back to Zach Wilson again. All Jets fans, I can't imagine being a Jet fan right now. You trade for Aaron Rodgers. You finally have a quarterback. You're finally excited. You're thinking, okay, we could win a Super Bowl finally this year. We have a chance. And then your star QB tears his Achilles after just 4 plays and is out for the year. Just absolutely, utterly painful if you're a Jets fan. And that defense is unbelievably good. But it's Zach Wilson. And, I don't know how much he's learned from Aaron Rodgers. We watched Hard Knocks. He obviously may have been learning a little bit from Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the sideline all the time now. So he's going to have to learn really quick. And the pick for Sam is Dallas. He does have the Cowboys getting a win in Jerry's world. That is also going to be the pick for Serbenski. He has the Dallas Cowboys winning in Jerry's world. This still I think will be a good game, but I don't know if I can trust the Jets with Zach Wilson. We'll have to see. It was obviously a sudden change in that Bills game, and they still ended up winning, which was very impressive, mostly because Josh Allen couldn't stop turning the ball over. And they did win that game, even though they had to adjust with life without Aaron Rodgers, who they've obviously been practicing with him all of Hard Knocks when he was still healthy. And now, sudden change, they're losing him for the year. They lost him for that game, sudden game change, or sudden game plan change, I should say, and they still ended up winning. So I think the Jets are still really good, and Zach Wilson is still going to be mentored by Aaron Rodgers all year, which is as good a mentor as you're going to get. Uh, but give me the Cowboys. Jets might take a week or two to have to, you know, adjust back again to life with Zach Wilson. So give me the Cowboys in this one. I'm really sad because I really wanted to see the Jets succeed. Even though it's Aaron Rodgers, I still want to see the Jets do something, and obviously they're in trouble of that now again. Now we have the Washington Commanders going on the road to take on the Denver Broncos. Washington is not good. They nearly lost to Arizona, and Denver did not look good last week, but I definitely do think that Denver will still turn things around with Sean Payton. Might take a little bit to get things going in Denver, but this is Washington, and this is a perfect week for the Broncos to get back on track after a disappointing week one. So give me Denver. Give me the Broncos uh, at home. That also is the pick for Sermensky. It is not the pick for Sam. He has Washington getting the win on the road against Denver. Okay. I think that's the first time that any of us have actually diverted uh, from doing the same pick every time. Now with the next one, we have the Miami Dolphins going on the road to take on the New England Patriots on Sunday Night Football. Miami Dolphins is the pick for Sam. The pick for Serbensky, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the Dolphins, and yeah, it is. He also has the Dolphins winning this one. Um, I I have the Dolphins too. New England looked actually, it looked like the same story for New England last week against the Eagles. A good defense with just a incompetent offense, really. And Miami, they didn't look great defensively, but Miami's a good team. This should be very close, but I think Dolphins get the win on the road. They knock off the New England Patriots in what should be a very fun Sunday night football game, unlike this past week, which was an absolute just blowout and wasn't even a contest. But yeah, give me the Dolphins in New England at Gillette Stadium. Should be close, but I got Dolphins in a close one. Then next we have two Monday night football games. Bit different than probably you're used to. But we have the New Orleans Saints going on the road to take on the Carolina Panthers. Saints had a 1 point win this past week on the road, or I'm sorry, at home against the Tennessee Titans. The Panthers fell at on the road in Atlanta. Uh, this is a flip a coin game. I'll take the Saints. They're the best team in this division, I guess. They're really the best team in this division. And the Panthers, it's a rookie quarterback. It's gonna take some time, obviously, for him to adjust to the NFL life. I mean, yeah, sure, he played the preseason, but the preseason is not the regular season. Obviously, that's a lot different. So I'll take Saints. Saints are also the pick for Serbensky, and they also are the pick for Sam. And now for our last game of this week, we have the Cleveland Browns coming off the shocker against the Bengals, going on the road to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sam has the Pittsburgh Steelers gain their first win of the year at home against Cleveland. Not the pick for Serbensky. He has the Browns getting the win at not no Heinz Field. I'm not calling it Acrisure Stadium. Heinz Field. And then for me, Give me Steelers. They did get blown out at home against the Niners, but that's also the 49ers. That's San Fran. That's a very good team. I'm not sold on Cleveland. They didn't even look that good against the Bengals, as the Bengals absolutely looked awful. Uh, Browns are not the greatest team. Sure, neither really are the Steelers. Steelers actually, I think, are a sneaky good team. They're good defense. Their offense is really the only issue. Because what they really, the Steelers season is going to depend on Kenny Pickett. If Kenny Pickett pans out and he has the second year leap that I think he will, Steelers are going to be a very good team. But if he doesn't take that second year leap, the Steelers are going to be in trouble again because this is going to mean they're going to be kind of a similar situation to the Jets. They're going to have a good running back in Najee Harris, who's not going to have anywhere really to run because nobody's going to be scared of Pickett throwing the football, and so everybody is going to load the box and is going to load up against the run. And when you don't have both ends of the offense really working, nobody's really going to be scared of one, and so they're going to load up against the other, which makes it tough to really, obviously move around as an offense. But I like the Steelers in this one. I'm not a big fan of Cleveland, and Watson really hasn't looked all that, amazing thus far. And that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Another week of NFL football, another week of college football. That's another week of football in general. It's so good to have football back. I'm sure most of you agree with me on that. It's so good to really have football back. We all have really missed it. And hey, it's still warm outside. That's the best part about it. But that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, adios, everybody.